So, over the long course of my Bloons YouTubing career, I've gotten a few comments of people saying that they don't have the fifth tier of a certain tower unlocked. So, when I went to upgrade that, it really sucked for them because they couldn't finish the run. So, I thought I would do a little something for them and show you guys the easiest way to getting Tower XP in Bloons Tower Defense 6. So, the first thing I had to do was look into how exactly Bloons awards Tower XP, and after a little bit of digging, I stumbled upon this post. It states that Tower XP is awarded based on the amount spent on the tower. Each round has a set amount of XP, and XP is awarded based on the distribution of money spent. For example, if you spend $600 on Druids and 400 on Dart Monkeys, then a round awarding 1000 XP will give the Druid 600 XP and the Dart Monkey 400 XP. Higher difficulties have a higher XP multiplier, so the harder the better for upgrading towers quickly. But that is not what this video is for. I'm sure there are tons of videos out there going over the fastest way to gain XP, and I'm sure it's a little bit of work. It's probably something along the lines of going into a hard mode on a beginner map and then just placing down a bunch of the tower that you want to upgrade, and then you have to make sure to get far into the run. That's what I did. I just spent a ton of money on, let's say, bomb shooters, and then I'd beat cubism on hard, and then my bomb shooters would have plenty of XP to upgrade whatever I want. But in this video, I wanted to show an almost AFK-able way to upgrade your towers. So let's get into it. So what you're going to want to do for this method is equip Churchill as your hero and then go to deflation on logs. And what we are going to be doing is placing Churchill right below the pond and then having a 300 alchemist buff it. And that is all the towers you need to beat this map on deflation. So what's so special about this run is that since such little capital is spent on these two towers used to clear the rounds, you can have a much higher ratio for money spent on towers that you want to gain XP for. And since these two towers clear the run by themselves, you can easily just throw down extra towers and it will only make the run easier. So for example, if I wanted to get more tower XP for submarines, I would do something along the lines of this. I'd put Churchill in his spot, then the Alchemist in his spot, and then I would spend as much money on submarines as I can. Now, I didn't do the most optimal spending of money in this example, but you can get a good sense of what you should do for upgrading your towers. Um, a huge benefit of being on Cubism, other than it's the easiest map, is that it also has water, so you can upgrade subs and buccaneers on top of any other tower that you would want to. So everything I've said sounds good in theory, but does it actually work? So at the end of the video, I put the complete run of me beating this with just the 300 Alchemist and Churchill, so you guys can see for yourselves that it is literally just set up and leave. You can Alt-Tab out of there, set your phone down, do something else, and you'll beat this run no problem. And that's without even adding the towers that you're getting XP for. But that is all I have for you guys today. This method is definitely not the fastest since it is on an easy game mode, but it has to be darn close to the easiest. And that's really what I was going for, AFK, upgrade your towers sort of thing. So if you guys enjoyed, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and you can watch the rest of the video if you want to see just Churchill and the Alchemist bust through this deflation cubism.